Welcome back to our Tins of Fans. I am Justin. Joining me tonight in the back we have Paul, Jenny, Keith.
Hi, y'all! Hey!
You're a horrible person. And riding shotgun, Super Phil.
What's up, guys?
We are going to see The Hunger Games Catching on Fire. Or is it just Catching Fire?
Just Catching Fire.
Well, I don't know. They had flaming clothes literally in the last one.
Literally.
So, anyway, kind of looking forward to this. I enjoyed the first one pretty well. Actually, I enjoyed it watching the second time more than I did the first time. I guess that's just one of those instances where you have to be in the mood for the movie.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, it's a pretty serious movie.
But it looks like pretty much the entire cast is back. Of course, nowadays you pretty much sign on for 3 to 6 movies.
Right. Everything turns into a trilogy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Star Wars.
But yeah, looks pretty interesting. I enjoy... Well, I don't enjoy the concept. I enjoy the story. The concept itself is horrible. Pitting children against each other in a fight to the death for our enjoyment for a dystopian future. And a fascist government led by Donald Sutherland.
I really liked the first one. I managed to read the book before seeing it, so...
Shame.
I know. Crazy, right?
You're a terrible person.
The first 2 books are amazing, and I'm working on the 3rd one now, which is shaping up to be very good. So if you like the movies and haven't read the books, give them a try. Viewing the casting, of course, everyone's coming back. I think they did a really good job. People complained about there not really being any chemistry between Katniss and Peeta.
Nothing could be worse than the Twilight actors.
Fair enough. But,
Ever.
Ever.
But
There's a reason why we only reviewed one.
but to be fair, they're not. It's all just a ploy to keep them alive. They're not really in love. So I mean, the lack of chemistry is because she's trying to convince herself to act like she's in love with him. So I kind of give them a little leadway on that. But Suzanne Collins, I think she actually helped write the screenplay for the first movie, so I think that really helped it along. Whereas the other ones are just, yeah, we're going to take your idea, pick out what we don't like, and throw in some extra stuff just for the heck of it. Percy Jackson, terrible first movie. Terrible.
You want to start with me? Because I have no idea what's going on.
Awesome.
I haven't seen the first movie. I haven't read a book.
Ever?
Ever.
I read one book, Sam I Am.
Yes.
Never could top it.
So, I've seen the trailers. Isn't Woody Allen in it?
Yes.
Well, that's something.
Woody Harrelson.
I'm going to see Woody Allen. That's it.
It's Woody Harrelson.
Or that guy.
You will be disappointed.
Woody from a Woody character is in it. Maybe the cowboy, I don't know. So yeah, I don't know what to expect. I'm getting thrust into the middle of it. It sounds like Gladiator, but in the future with children. So that could be cool. Other than that, I'm just here hanging out. Gonna eat some snow caps, probably make some loon comments. That's what I do.
And we thank you for it, Paul.
You're welcome.
See, I'm going to watch this movie, not have read the books. I wasn't a big fan of the first one. I think the concept is horrible. I felt that the movie dragged a lot. I didn't find it entertaining at all. So, we'll see how this
So
one
needless
goes.
to say, we really want to watch this movie. Yeah, You know, there's a lot of bad stuff about the first movie, but here's a funny one. The guy's name is PETA. He works in a bread shop. I mean, he gives bread to the girl. What is this? Dad's name Marzipan. Sister was like Tortilla. Yeah, it's kind of weird like that, but I don't know. The first 30 minutes of the movie, 45 minutes of the movie is just...
It just made me upset. It made me upset that
poor...
They make the kids feel like it's an honor for them to go into this for entertainment value. I don't understand that. And also, it's just... It gets me upset that after all that she went through in the first movie, the government betrayed in the movie. He's gonna throw her back in there again.
Shocking. The government betraying somebody.
I thought I had more. I can't remember what I was going to say. Pass.
Next. High five for not watching those commercials. But give me that damn high five back for liking Hunger Games. It's crap.
Oh, it's a ripoff of Battle Royale.
Totally.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry
Royale,
that nobody watched that Japanese movie.
Well,
it's not my fault.
You know what? Japanese people are people too.
I didn't say they
So in
were.
the second part of it.
I intend on watching Battle Royale. I just haven't yet. And I will.
Disgrace upon you and your family.
Okay.
Probably why I didn't watch it or had any inclination about it is because the Twilight series was a book and they were pretty decent books. Yes, I said it. And then you watch the movie and they're so diluted and
Yes.
so
I agree. I agree with that.
I don't know. So I guess it's ruined all book series that turn into movies for me forever. Screw you, Harry Potter.
Okay.
Well, it caught fire. Literally and figuratively. Not the theater itself, just the movie. Paul, what's the title of the next Hunger Games?
I'm pretty sure it's The Dark Mockingjay Rises.
That caught on fire.
Yes. Going with the whole Batman trilogy.
And the Matrix cliffhangers because it did so well the first time, Hollywood. Stupid. So yeah, the movie's pretty good. I do say I liked it better than the first one. I'll let Keith elaborate on that.
Yes, the second one is a little bit better because it cuts out all the bullcrap. It doesn't start you off having her, oh look, I'm gonna hurt this bird, and oh, I'm so good at listening at nature. Nobody cares if you can hunt, lady. We just want to see people get shot up. We want to see you cry. We want to see you all emotional. We want to see you spitting out saliva at every possible moment. Just like every other actor in this movie, it was like they were just waiting for these gasping moments. They could just be like, and like just let loose all this like craziness from their mouths. Yeah. You did not catch that when the guy was choking on the water, and then the other part where he was like in the water, like trying to get like all like cured and stuff, and he was like,
It looked really painful.
So that's what you were waiting for?
yeah, I was waiting for pain
Spit
and suffering.
phlegm?
Yes, true pain and
I
suffering.
was waiting for the girl in the elevator that got naked to turn around. That's all I was waiting
That
for.
would have been great.
Yeah.
Or maybe just like
That's all I wanted.
From Cadmus view sort of deal.
Not so much the spit and phlegm, but the full frontal nudity.
You know, it's a gateway drug. But yeah, you can always tell how hard an actor is acting by how much spit is released from their body. Yeah. And I'm
Speaking of spit being let go, there was this kiss scene where the chick Catnip or
Catnip.
Catamus, whatever,
Catamus Prime.
Catamus Prime, kissing her real boyfriend, not the fake boyfriend, pita bread or whatever.
Pita bread, yeah.
Anyway, they kissed, and when they pulled apart, there was like legitimately a string of spit between their lips for a second.
Tune in next time for Fantastic Four and the Rise of the Mockingjay.
I definitely liked this movie better. I felt like this movie portrayed like how you actually felt for the government. Like the first film, it kind of made you, I guess it kind of made it seem like, oh, you should be proud that, you know, that you're doing this. It's an honor. And this movie, since from the beginning, they presented it how awful it is that they have to go back in there. Even some of the characters in the movie express like their hatred of having to go back there. I mean, the concept is just horrible. I mean, I hope the government doesn't get any ideas from this movie because it's just awful. But I definitely liked this movie better than the first. A lot better.
Kids, learn from history. Don't let them open the Colosseums again.
I definitely liked it better than the first one. Since I didn't see the first one, and I still have no clue what is going on. Is it just me, or in the future, apparently if you're rich or well-to-do or something to do with the government, you are apparently, if you're male, gay. I'm sorry if that offends anybody, but they were very gay. Okay, metrosexual. The announcer that they have for the games, it felt very American Idol, and he felt very Ryan Seacrest in San Francisco. And I don't know what was up with his teeth, but you could see him from a mile away. And he was always like really accenting him. It's crazy.
I thought it was pretty good. As far as how the book went, I felt like they kind of strayed away, and they kind of missed some good foreshadowing parts that the book had. I also noticed that they didn't have the writer of the book as credited for the screenplay. So I guess maybe that's where that came into play. But I mean, the movie was pretty good. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but it was still a good movie.
So as someone who read the book, I mean, is the book definitely better than the movie?
Oh yeah, I mean the book was fantastic, and the movie was good, but there's just so much thought that goes on that they just can't portray. And then they, like I said, they cut out a lot of foreshadowing that I think would have been pretty important, but they just kind of left out.
When the first Hunger Games came out, it was being hailed as the next Twilight series, to which I responded, "Get me out of here!" Thankfully, it's not that bad. Sorry, Twilight fans, if that offends you. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. Anyway, what's happening with Katniss and company in this one? It's been a year since their narrow escape from the Hunger Games, and Katniss, played again by Jennifer Lawrence, and Peeta, played by Josh Hutcherson, are still playing up their fake romance for the audience in order to keep their families living well. Well, at least better than they were. Unfortunately, their defiance at the end of the last film has led to people rebelling against the Capitol, concerning President Snow, reprised by Donald Sutherland, who encourages them to keep up appearances and make an even bigger show of their fake romance to the cameras to help quell dissent. It doesn't work. So Snow goes to Plan B, throwing the two of them back into the 75th annual Hunger Games, which is kind of an all-star event featuring all the surviving winners of the previous games. As they're gearing up for the games, more and more citizens are rising up, and they're kind of seeing Katniss as a symbol of their rebellion. So not only is Katniss fighting for survival, she has to deal with the possibility of being a leader of sorts. No pressure, right? It's not just her family she's fighting for. You can see that she's grown from her previous Hunger Games experience and is more willing to take the lead this time around. Not that she actually wants the responsibility, mind you, but, in the words of Optimus Prime,
fate rarely calls upon us at a moment of our choosing.
Woody Harrelson is back as Haymitch, their mentor and ally. I liked this character right off the bat in the first film, and he's still the cantankerous, contrary, sorta kinda jerk that you just can't help but enjoy. He's really the only survivor from the previous games that is not actively supporting it. He's like, yeah, sure, I'll go to these parties and I'll dress up, schmooze with everybody as long as I've got some scotch in me. But no, I will not pretend it was some great honor. It sucked. Really sucked. I had to kill people, all for your sick enjoyment. And now I have to train other people, kids mind you, to do the same damn thing. Peeta, on the other hand, I'm not as fond of. Alright, let me explain. I'm not saying I don't like the guy. I'm not saying he's not likable, but he's just so meh to me. I'm sure they wrote him much better in the books and he's far more interesting, but I'm not going by the book, so get over it. Yeah, he's a nice guy, selfless,
I'm not gonna let you.
You would do it for me.
and he's got the whole unrequited love thing with Katniss. He talks up the audience, and he kind of takes the reins during interviews, but on the battlefield, he's not really doing that much. We see that he's pretty damn strong when he throws around the training weights, and he does know how to design camouflage, which is cool, but we really only see those displayed 1 or 2 times, and they weren't that impressive. Again, not saying I don't like Mr. Peter Brad or anything, but I kind of wish he was a little bit more active in the story. As far as everything else was concerned, the story flows much better than the first one. The ante's been upped for everyone involved, and you definitely want to see what happens. I give Hunger Games: Catching Fire 3 Mockingjay pins out of 5. Not my favorite film franchise, but I definitely want to see what happens in the other 2. This is Justin with On The Road Reviews. We'll see you in the movie line.